Let's talk about the past of sushi. Sushi is served with fish but not other kinds of meat for three reasons. The first one is the Shinto taboo. Based on this taboo against the consumption of animal flesh, there were several notable imperial decrees against meat eating in Japanese dietary history. In year 675, Emperor Temmu issued a decree prohibiting the eating of cattle, horses, dogs, monkeys, and chickens. The second reason is minimalism. The lack of meat in the Japanese diet created an aversion to oily tastes and minimalized the use of spices in cooking. The third reason is geography. Fish was specifically excluded from the meat taboo. Japan has a natural environment that is conducive to fishing. The exclusion of fish from the meat taboo encouraged the Japanese to exploit marine resources creatively. Moving on to the history of sushi. It started in the 7th century as a way to preserve fish. The mountain people of Southeast Asia invented pickling. The Japanese acquired this same practice that consists of pressing clean fish between rice and salt by a heavy stone for a few weeks, and subsequently using a lighter cover for the packing process until the fish was considered ready to eat. During the process of fermentation, the rice produces a lactic acid, which in turn causes the pickling of the pressed fish. It was customary at the time to only eat the fish and discard the rice. In the Muromachi period, the fermentation process was abandoned and replaced by the vinegarization process. And later in the Asuchi Momoyama period, namenari, or half-made sushi, a type of sushi that was fermented for a much shorter time, was invented. In the middle of the 17th century, a doctor named Masumoto Yashichi came upon the idea of adding vinegar to sushi rice. And in 1820s, Hanaya Yuhi introduced raw fish to sushi rice and began the tradition of serving sushi as an efficient form of snack food, when it is at its freshest in portable sushi stores. The portable sushi stores remained popular in the Second World War and was commonly considered the predecessor of sushi bars and rotating sushi restaurants of today. There are quite a number of differences between past and present sushi. In the past, fermented sushi with fermented rice wrapping fish to prevent spoiling was common. The fish can be kept for months, and rice is discarded and only fish is consumed. Also popular is semi-fermented sushi, consisting of partly raw fish wrapped in rice and consumed fresh. However, it cannot be kept as long as fermented sushi. In present days, fast sushi is the most common. Both rice and fish can be consumed at the same time, and rice is not being used for fermentation. Fast sushi can be divided into the following types: nagali sushi, which is often served as raw fish, salmon eggs, cooked shrimp, or sliced egg on rice, and is usually ordered in pairs. Maki sushi, which is also named roll sushi. It is rolled with rice and sheets of seaweed and slide into 6 to 8 bite-sized pieces. Temaki, which is rolled by hand into a cone shape. Temaki usually contains larger pieces of vegetables or smoked salmon.
Created using Powtoon.